What's good YouTube, Ben here, welcome to the next video on the channel. In this one, I'm going to give you my next deck profile on Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. This one is a Red Eyes Black Dragon deck. Let's get into this. Hey guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe please, because they really do help me to get found. Don't forget to turn on notifications to be notified of all uploads and live streams, and don't forget to join me on my socials. Those are all linked down below. Okay, let's get in. Alright, it has been a while since I last did a deck profile because I haven't really been playing the game that much, so I've just been accumulating gems slowly and SRs and URs. We finally have a new deck profile, which is Red Eyes. So, let's jump right into the deck profile. We're running 2 copies of Red Eyes Black Dragon. I considered running this at 3, but I found it bricked way more when you run it at 3 than rather at 2. Of course, main staple card of the deck. 3 copies of the Black Metal Dragon. This is a staple. This is a must-have at 3 because of how useful it is. You can target one Red Eyes monster you control, equip this monster from your hand or field to that target, it gains 600 attack. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Red Eyes card from your deck to your hand. It's a really good way not only to give yourself a little bit of an attack point boost, but also to add Red Eyes cards from your deck to your hand. 3 copies of Max C. Max C is also a must. You know, whenever your opponent special summons a monster, you can discard from your hand to the graveyard, and every time that turn they special summon a monster, you get to draw a card. Super good for draw power. 1 copy of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. This is of course a hand trap, everyone knows it, but there is another purpose for running this card. Red Eyes Black Meteor Dragon. So this one you run 2 of. So you can send 1 level 5 or higher normal monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand, then increase its level by 1. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Red Eyes Fusion from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can only use the effect of Red Eyes once per turn. So this not only allows you to grab Red Eyes Fusion from your deck when it's in the graveyard, but it also allows you to get a very easy 7-star on the field to go towards your Fusion plays or towards your XYZ plays. We're running 3 copies of the Ascended of Thunder. This is a level 7 as well. You can special summon this card from your hand by paying 3,000 life points. If this card is summoned this way, and its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card by battle or by card effect, gain 5,000 life points. So sure, it's a pretty steep cost to summon it at first, but then you realize once it gets destroyed by card effect or by battle, you will then gain back 5,000 life points. The only time that that will not take effect is if it gets taken from your control or if it's banished, but most of the time it will be destroyed, so you'll gain 5,000 life points plus level 7, meaning you can use it towards your level 7 XYZ players and your Link players. We're running 3 copies of the Red Eyes Soul. This is one of the newer support cards. This card's name becomes Red Eyes Black Dragon while on the field or in the graveyard. If your opponent special summons a monster, except during the damage step, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, special summon 1 Red Eyes monster from your hand or deck, except Red Eyes Soul. You can only use the effect of Red Eyes Soul once per turn. Quick effect, you can target 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon you control, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the monster's original attack. You can only use the effect of Red Eyes Soul once per turn. Once per duel. So this is a great way to get off some burn damage, not to mention you're able to get out a Red Eyes Black Dragon, which is great. Also level 7, so it goes towards your Link plays and your XYZ players. We're running 2 copies of Kashtira Fenrir, so another level 7. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use the each effect of the following effects of Kashtira Fenrir once per turn. During your main phase, you can add 1 Kashtira monster from your deck to your hand when this card declares an attack, or if your opponent activates a monster effect. Except during the damage step, you can target 1 face-up card your opponent controls, banish it face down. Meaning not only do you get a free banish if they decide to do that, but you do also get your level 7 on the field, and you get the chance to get out another level 7, which is going to be this one, Kashtira Unicorn. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use the effect of the following effects of Kashtira Unicorn once per turn. During your main phase, you can add 1 Kashtira spell from your deck to your hand when this card declares an attack, or if your opponent activates a monster effect. Except during the damage step, you can look at your opponent's extra deck. If you do, banish 1 monster from it face down. So not only do you get a banish on the field with Fenrir, but you also get a banish from the extra deck on Unicorn, plus level 7, so you're able to go ahead and just use that for your XYZ and Link players. Yeah, 2 copies of that. So we're running 1 copy of Raigeki. Raigeki is just board wipe when it comes to monster base. If you're having a hard time getting stuff out because of a brick, which, let's be real here, but even with the most consistent decks you can brick, you know, it's a great way to get out of a brick situation or survive a little bit longer so you can get some more stuff out. 3 copies of Inferno Fire Blast. Target 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon in your monster zone. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of that Red Eyes Black Dragon. Red Eyes Black Dragon cannot attack the turn you activate this card. It's a great way just to get off 2400 points of burn. You know, if that's a win condition for you, then go for it. It's a great card. 3 copies of Sacred Sword of 7 Stars. So banish 1 level 7 monster from your hand or your face-up field, draw 2 cards. You can only activate 1 per turn. It's just a little bit of extra draw power if you have, let's say, I don't know, 2 copies of Red Eyes Black Dragon and 3 copies of Red Eyes Soul in your hand to draw that. Allows you a bit of extra draw power. 2 copies of Red Eyes Fusion. Fusion summon 1 Fusion monster list of Red Eyes monster as material from your extra deck. You obviously know what Red Eyes Fusion does. The reason we run it at 2 is because there's a lot of ways to get it back from the graveyard. So running 3 is kind of a brick anyway, because you can only activate it a certain amount of times anyway before you run out of materials. So realistically, you're only going to activate it twice, maybe 3 times. 3 copies of Red Eyes Insight. Send 1 Red Eyes monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Add 1 Red Eyes spell/trap from your deck to your hand, except Red Eyes Insight. You can only activate 1 per turn. It just allows you to get a Red Eyes monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and then add a Red Eyes spell or trap to your hand. So you can use that to get Red Eyes Spirit, Red Eyes Burn, pretty much any Red Eyes stuff. 2 copies of Instant Contact. So this allows you to special summon 1 level 7 or lower Elemental Hero or Neospatian monster. You may be wondering why this is in the deck. I will explain in a minute. But you pay 1,000 points, you get a fusion monster out for a turn. Quick intermission, guys. Did you know that only 11.3% of you are subscribed to the channel? Don't forget to hit that sub button down below because it really helps us grow. Thank you. Kashtira Birth. You can normal summon 1 copy of this. You can normal summon level 7 monsters without tributing during your main phase. You can special summon 1 of your non-XYZ Kashtira monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. If your opponent activates a spell card or effect and you control a Kashtira monster, you can target 3 cards in your opponent's graveyard, banish them face down. So a great way to banish some more of your opponent's stuff. Not to mention, you can normal summon level 7 monsters without a tribute while that's on the field. Pretty OP. 1 copy of Crossout Designator. This will work alongside cards like Maxi or Ash Blossom, so, you know, it's a great way to negate those effects, because basically, you declare a card name, banish 1 of that declared card from your main deck, and if you do, negate its effects as well as the activated effects and effects on the field of cards with the same original name. So say, for example, if your opponent tries to use Maxi on your turn, and you have this in your hand, just play it, get rid of 1 of your Maxis, and it will negate it for that turn, meaning they will not be able to use Maxi at all. It's a great way to get rid of it, actually. 1 copy of Red Eyes Spirit. Target 1 Red Eyes monster in your graveyard, special summon it. It's just a free summon card. And 2 copies of Red Eyes Burn. So if a face-up Red Eyes monster you control is destroyed by battle or by card effect, target 1 of those monsters. Both players take damage equal to its original attack points. So this is a great way to get some more burn out as well. There's a lot of burn in this deck, which is great because Red Eyes decks are usually made around burn effects anyway. Now for the extra deck. So we are running 1 copy of Elemental Hero Flame Neos and 1 copy of Elemental Hero Grand Neos. They are going to be used with Instant Contact to get out into the field. It's purely to get a level 7 for free out, well, not for free, but cheaply on the field to use for your Link players or XYZ players. 2 copies of Meteor Black Comet Dragon. This is your main target with Red Eyes Fusion. In fact, your only target with Red Eyes Fusion, to be fair. So it requires 1 level 7 Red Eyes monster and 1 level 6 Dragon monster. If this card is fusion summoned, you can send 1 Red Eyes monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the original attack of that monster. If this card is sent from your monster zone to the graveyard, you can target 1 normal monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So not only do you get to deal an absolute crap ton of burn with this card, but you also get to, when it's destroyed, get a normal monster from the graveyard like Red Eyes Black Dragon, and it's also a 3,500 point beat stick, so decent beat stick. 1 copy of number 11 Big Eye. Takes 2 level 7 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach a material from this card and target 1 monster your opponent controls. Take control of that monster. This card cannot attack the turn that effect is activated. This is just a great way to get stupid monsters off the board. You know, Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, anything. Well, basically anything that you just can't naturally get rid of. It's stupid useful for it. 3 copies of Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, so 2 level 7 monsters, again, very easy to summon. Cannot be destroyed by card effects while it has material. While this card has material, each time your opponent activates a card or effect, inflict 500 damage to your opponent immediately after it resolves. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 Red Eyes normal monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So not only could you special summon, but this card is all about burn. You bring it out, keep its material on it, and every time your opponent activates a card or effect, they take 500 points of damage. Stupid easy to get out, and stupid useful, that's why we run 3. 1 copy of Striker Dragon, so it takes 1 level 4 or lower dragon monster. If this card is link summoned, you can add 1 boot sector launch, which does not apply. We're basically just using this as a link monster for material. 1 copy of Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. So 2 dragon monsters, so again, stupid easy to summon in this deck. Once per turn, if this card is in your extra monster zone quick effect, you contribute 1 monster from your hand or field. Return 1 face-up card on the field to the hand. If this card is tributed, special summon 1 dragon monster from your hand or deck and make its attack defense 0. You can only use the effect of this once per turn. So this is a great way to just start bouncing stuff from the field back to your opponent's hand. 1 copy of Nightmare Phoenix and 1 copy of... Oh, wait, where is that? It's over there. Never mind. 1 copy of Nightmare Phoenix. So 2 monsters with different names. Again, stupid easy to summon in this deck. If this card is linked to me, you can discard 1 card and target 1 spell / trap your opponent controls, destroy it. This is just a great way to quickly get rid of a spell or a trap card that's being problematic for you. 1 copy of Win the Wind Charmer. So 2 monsters, including a wind monster. You can target 1 wind monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to the zone the card points to. If this link summon card is destroyed by battle or is destroyed by opponent's card effect while it's in its owner's monster zone, you can add 1 wind monster with 1500 left defense from your deck to your hand. So this is a decent link to bring out because it's not too hard to bring out with this deck using your cards. So just go ahead and bring that out. It's basically for more link plays. Predaplant Verte Anaconda. To effect monsters, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field. It becomes dark until the end of this turn. You can pay 2,000 life points to send 1 fusion or polymerization normal spell or quick spell from your deck to the graveyard. This effect becomes that effect. So basically, you can turn this into Red Eyes Fusion. 1 copy of Nightmare Unicorn, 2 monsters, 2+ monsters with different names. If this card is linked summoned, you can discard 1 card, target 1 card on the field, and shuffle it into the deck. This is again another way to bounce something off the field if you desperately need to. And 1 copy of Saryugical Dread, so 2+ monsters with different names. This card gains effects based on the number of materials used for its link summon. So 2+, if a monster is normal or special summoned to a zone this card points to, that monster gains 300 attack and defense. If you used 3, once per turn during your main phase, you can special summon 1 monster from your hand. And with 4, when this card is link summoned, you can draw 4 cards and place 3 cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck in any order. So if you did 4, you could activate all these effects, and basically speaking, you can have an insane amount of draw power and a 2800 point beat stick. Pretty good. But let me know what you guys think about this deck profile in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, please, because you guys have been smashing it recently. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell to be notified of all uploads and live streams, because I do upload daily and I live stream most days. Whenever I go live, I either go live here on YouTube or over there on Twitch. So don't forget to join me on both platforms to be notified when I go live. Don't forget you can also join my other socials down below like Discord. And don't forget you can also support the channel further by becoming a channel member from as little as 99p per month here in the UK or about $1.30 in America. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.